Hi guys, it's Brittany. Happy Halloween. So today is gonna be a popcorn chat video, and today we're going to talk about Scream. And yes, this is my costume for today. It's just something that I put together. A black tank top and black leggings. So this costume I just put together, and I call it like I'm actually a Jurassic World survivor. And yes, Jurassic World got so crazy and so scary, especially the fact that the Indominus Rex got loose. So yes, it was crazy and so scary because of the Indominus Rex being on the loose and then getting attacked by those other dinosaurs. So yeah, it was so crazy. But you know what? I survived. I survived Jurassic World, and I'm a Jurassic World survivor. So that's what my costume is today. And yeah, just something I put together. And yes, today we are going to talk about Scream. And while we're discussing on Scream, I'm gonna be eating some Halloween candy. Not all of it, just some of it. How do I open this? Okay, this is Twizzlers. Okay, so Scream. Okay, let's talk about Scream now. So of course, Scream was released on December 20th, 1996. So it was past my birthday, so I was like 5. I was 5 when it came out. Um, so of course, Scream was directed by Wes Craven, and the cast of that movie they're amazing. And I'm sorry if you like hearing rappers. Just trying to get this out. Come on. Okay. I got a little bit. But yes, now, as you all know, that Scream was the very first slasher horror movie that I've watched. And the first time I watched it, I was 13. So, I love this movie. I never ate my videos before, but this is the first because of the fact that it's Halloween. So, to me, because I think that because it's Halloween and then we're talking about Scream on this day, so it's like, to me, this seems appropriate, to eat Halloween candy and discuss the movie. So yes, I love this movie, and of course, when I first watched it for the first time, I was scared of Ghostface. And like I said, I still am scared of Ghostface. Like, especially if the TV's on real loud, then yes, I will get jumpy, I will get scared. But if the TV's kind of low, if the volume on the TV's not that loud and it's kind of low of the volume, then yeah, I won't be as scared. But if the TV's really loud, then yeah, I will be like, ugh. So, this is so good. I love Twizzlers, but I also love black licorice. Anyway, getting off topic here. Sorry. So yes, I now what's really interesting about Scream is that when it comes to Ghostface killers, you don't know who they are, because it could be somebody you suspect, but then again, it could be a character that you like and you actually trust that character, but then when it turns out to be that character that you thought you could trust, it's like somehow you feel betrayed. Now, as I say with the Scream movies, I never quite felt that way. I never once thought, oh, maybe it never would be this character, then it turns out it is, and then all of a sudden I feel like, great, I feel betrayed by this character. Never once I felt that, because I suspected Billy and Stu. I suspected Stu because to me he had this very weird personality, you know? To me he just seemed kind of goofy. But not goofy like it in a good way, like in a funny kind of way. He just seemed kind of goofy, like in a bad, in a in a in a really bad, weird way. Kind of like, I don't know. Like I said, he's a wuss, so I do not put up with people who are wusses. That may sound funny, but that's true. Like, let's do, because I can sense that he was a wuss and he had this very weird, like off, um, this very weird, like bad, weird, goofy personality and just very off balanced. That's why I never thought he was funny, and I'm like, they're pathetic. And of course, I didn't even like Billy either because to me, Billy just seemed, kind of quiet. And not only was he kind of quiet at times, but then he was kind of like the mysterious kind of character where you don't know what's going on in his head. So, yeah, I suspected Billy too because there have been times where he would say something or he would have a certain look, and I'm like, wait a minute, what was that for? Like, why did he say that? Or why did he have that look? Like, okay, something's off about Billy, too. So, yeah. Sorry. And then eat. And, yeah. So, I suspected Billy and Stu because they both had these personalities where I just thought something was just very off about them. But, other than that, um, Stu Mocker, no, I'm sorry, that's the character's name. But Matthew Lillard as Stu Mocker and Skeet Ulrich as Billy Loomis, they both did a great job with their performances as those characters. And turns out that they were the Ghostface killers in the movie, so it's like, that was quite shocking. But I have to say, maybe not as shocking as part two, but then again, I probably will talk about part two another time, maybe next year. But yeah, so yeah, Scream is just a really good slasher horror movie, and to me, it's just so different from the other movies. Like Friday the 13th, Halloween, and what else is there? Oh yeah, A Nightmare on Elm Street. Now those ones, pretty much have the same killer, like the same person. Um, Now of course, I don't mind that. Like I don't mind if certain movies have like the same villain. Like I don't mind that at all. But there's just something so different about Scream that now it's like it's not really the same person. It's like you get people who, it could be anyone. Like in the first one, it's Billy and Stu, and of course I suspected them because how they seemed very off to me, because the way they said things or the way they would have a certain look on their face, and somehow I just had this gut feeling like, okay, something's so off about them. But so I think Wes Craven did such a good job directing the movie, and the cast, they all did such a good job, and I love Neve Campbell as Sydney Prescott because I love her character, and seeing what she had to go through and what her friends had to go through, I I, I feel very bad, and I feel bad of the fact that I think she never really got to know her mother personally, of who she is, and that I think before she could really know um, more about her mother, is that her mother was brutally murdered by her boyfriend and his friend as well. So it's like, that was just so horrible. Sorry, it was sticking out. So, I still have some Halloween candy here. So, okay. But yes, it's a good movie. I have to say, yeah, it's one of the first movies I've watched, and believe me, the first time I watched it, I was so shocked of the reveal of the Ghostface killers, because I'm like, here's the thing. So when I found out it was Billy and then it was Stu, I was shocked, but at the same time, I I even thought to myself, I knew it. Like, I knew something seemed so off about them. And yes, I may be pointing at them with this candy bar, like, it was you. But you're not gonna have this, I am. So, yeah, sorry, I kind of paused there because I was kind of thinking. But yeah, so everyone did a good job with their performances, and of course, I even love Randy, and of course, I think with Jamie Kennedy playing as Randy Meeks, he did such a good job, and he's a very likable character too. So, uh, so yeah, for me to see how he got killed off so suddenly in Scream 2, I was upset. Like, not only was I real sad about it, but I was just like upset, and I had so many questions like, why? Like, did that really have to happen? So, believe me, I could go on about that, but that'll be another time in another video. Because right now, this is Scream, the first one. And, so yes, I love the characters. Yes, I do love the characters of Scream, but the only characters I don't love is Billy and Stu. Nope. Don't like them. Okay, I'm trying to think. So the music. The music was composed by Marco Beltrami, and he did such a good job. And as some of you may or may not know, that was actually the very first time that he composed music for a feature film, and that was Scream. So, because of that, that's just so interesting. Okay, that is kind of melted, but I'm still gonna eat it. Oh, it's good. But yes, I don't want to talk with my mouth full. So yes, everything about Scream is just so great, especially, well, everything about the story, uh, and how Wes Craven directed the movie. Because there are some really good shots from the movie, like especially with the camera angles and how to get that view. Kind of like knowing to get a certain view in a movie. So that was really good, and the performances were good by everyone. And here's another thing that actually scared me at first. So the first time watching it, years ago, I remember when Stu was like talking to Randy in the video store. Um, oh yeah, when Stu said something like that, what if this killer could be Sydney's father, and Randy was like, no, that dad is a red herring. And here's the thing, when he said that the dad is a red herring, but it's Billy who's the killer, all of a sudden, when he said how it's Billy and he turns around and there he is, there's Billy right behind Randy, and he's like this close, right in front of his face. So to me, I kind of took it as in a hint. To me, I kind of took it as in that maybe that was meant to happen because maybe it was meant for us to know, like the audience to know, like, yes, like at this point in the scene, Randy is right because it does turn out to be Billy at the end. So somehow I kind of took it as a sign in a way, like, oh gosh, I think he may be right because he was right there. He showed up right in front of his face, and that scared me. I was like, whoa, what the hell? So yeah, actually, it turns out Randy was right. I think Randy was right, not only the fact that Billy was a killer, but also Stu, because even in the beginning of the movie, Randy said something. I forgot how. No, I forgot what he said exactly, but I do remember that he mentioned something where I think he probably thinks that it was Stu, but of course turns out he was right. So, um, yeah. But yeah, I think the music in the movie was just so well done. Like, they did such a good job, and so yeah, I think what could have been different in the movie is maybe not to have to kill Tatum off, because she was a likable character too, and to me it didn't quite make sense to kill her off in the movie. Now whether that was supposed to happen, uh, I don't know, but I think it would have been nice for her, like to see her in Scream 2, so that way, who knows, that maybe if she was going to college with Sydney in Scream 2, then yeah, I think maybe certain things wouldn't have happened if she lived and she survived. But poor Tatum, she got killed off, so it's like, damn, that's just sad. Like, I wasn't expecting that. And oh, another thing I forgot to mention in the movie review, which I'm gonna mention now, but Roger L. Jackson, he is the voice of Ghostface. Like when Ghostface calls and you hear that voice. Now, Roger L. Jackson did such a good job as the voice of Ghostface because it sounds scary. It sounds scary where it kind of makes you feel like it kind of makes you feel uneasy because you don't know who you're talking to. Huh. Wait, I got chocolate in my mouth. Sorry, I had to. Okay, so I still have my mouth full. I'm not sure if you can hear that, but that is the Halloween music coming from outside. So yes, I think everyone did such a good job with this movie, and yes, I think the reveal of who the Ghostface killers were, of course, it's still shocking, but at the same time, it's like I said, I don't like them. I really don't like Billy and Stu. But now, my favorite characters of the Scream movies are Sydney and Randy, and Dewey and Gail as well, and yeah, everything was just done so well, and I love this movie. So yeah, I love everything about it, and um, Yeah, I think the music is done really good. And so that's all for this popcorn chat video. And let me know what you love about Scream because I'm curious to know. And I hope everyone has a safe and fun Halloween and watch some of your favorite movies because I know I will. So that's all for today, and I'll see you at the movies. Happy Halloween.